In 1979, at the young age of 5, I was sitting outside of Wendell Smith Elementary School, waiting on my father to pick me up. And I waited, and I waited, and he didn't show up. So, at 5 years old, yes, you heard me, at 5 years old, I made an executive decision to walk home. Now, 1979, city of Chicago, I didn't think it was that bad, and I decided the same way that Daddy drove me home, I would walk. And a few minutes later, in my mind, I was home. When I rang the doorbell, my dad was still asleep, and of course he woke up and he said, "Oh, you're home." And from that moment forward, I knew deep down inside that I was self-motivated and that I was destined for a bright future. Hi there, I'm Dr. Lisa L. Campbell, and welcome to the Growth Motivator podcast. Now, you may be thinking, big deal, 5 years old, you walked home. Well, life in 1979 was easy peasy because I was a little girl. But over the course of the next few decades, there were many highs and lows that tested my ability to grow. But at the time of this podcast, I am 30 days away from turning 50, and grow did I. Today, I have a doctorate degree in healthcare administration, 11 national certifications in the areas of health information management, healthcare compliance, medical coding, and auditing. And I started off in healthcare in 1992 as a medical assistant. The primary reason for entering into healthcare was honestly, I had a baby. And at the time, in 1992, I was sitting at home after working a shift at McDonald's. And don't laugh, because McDonald's was a great start. I went to Hamburger University. And at Hamburger University, I learned how to manage people and processes. And actually, that experience made me the authentic leader that I am today. But I saw this commercial that said, in 6 short months, you can become a medical assistant. And so without any research, I signed up because I figure 6 months from now, I can have a lucrative career as a medical assistant and all of my problems would be solved. Boy, was I naive. So I went through the program, and to my surprise, I liked medical assisting to some extent. The first week of class, I had to give injections to my classmates, injections of saline water, and things went by pretty quickly. And at the end of my program, the school closed. And so the time that I spent learning how to become a medical assistant was really a mission that went nowhere fast. I guess I should have done some research, huh? Well, now that takes us into 1993. And one of my friends, Sheila, said, "Hey, there's this single parent dorm in Clarksdale, Mississippi. Now, mind you, I'm a Chicago girl, and I'm thinking, Clarksdale, Mississippi? And she said, yeah, there's this single-parent dorm, and we could take the kids, we can help each other out, and you can become a nurse, and we can do it. So my family was thinking, where? And with minimal support, I got on a Greyhound bus with my daughter Jasmine, and we left. About 3 days after being in Clarksdale, Mississippi, Jasmine got the chickenpox. And so back on the Greyhound bus, we went back to Chicago. 15 hours. Non-stop bus ride back to Chicago with a screaming baby, who I later learned in 1995 was deaf and had several developmental disabilities. Needless to say, I did not become a nurse. I only stayed in Mississippi for a year, and the Growth Motivator had a lot of growing up to do. So in 1994, after spending a year in Mississippi, I came back home and took a stab at medical assisting again. This time, did a little bit of research and enrolled at Robert Morris College here in the Chicagoland area. Very quickly, I matriculated through the program, and before you knew it, it was 1997, and I had not only restarted my medical assistant career, I was working as a medical assistant. I was also working in medical billing, medical coding, had developed great relationships with physicians and staff alike, and had earned a bachelor's degree in healthcare administration. Talk about growth. Now, that time period was not without struggles. There was a point in time where I had decided that I didn't want to be here anymore. Because you see, it took Jasmine 7 years to walk. And that was a lot for a young single mom to deal with. So there was one day that I decided, maybe about 30 Tylenol would do it. And I could just end it all. I never thought about who would take care of Jasmine. I never thought about what impact that would have on her life. But after spending one night at Hartgrove Hospital, I didn't look back, and I started on a path of impacting the world. In 1997, I started teaching medical assisting, medical office assisting, and medical billing and coding. And 31 years later, I've been told that I have impacted thousands of lives. I've taught at 20 colleges and universities. Now you're probably wondering, 20? I didn't set out to do that. Many of these opportunities just fell in my lap. Those that know me know that I absolutely enjoy to inspire and educate others. It's in my DNA. I mean, I have several uncles and aunts that are educators, but I also have several aunts that are nurses. So healthcare and education is not what I do, it's who I am. And so the next 50 years of my life, this growth motivator is going to tackle the world one person at a time.